Galatians chapter 1, verse 18. Then after 3 years, I went to Jerusalem to see Peter. How many years went by? Where was Peter? In Jerusalem. And what did Peter do? He went to Jerusalem and he remained with him 15 days, 2 weeks and a day. But I saw none of the other apostles except whom? James, the second child Mary had, Jacob, because marriage is honorable among all. Mary continued having kids with her husband, Joseph. Well, Jacob, which is James, the one who wrote the book of James, said, but I didn't see any of the other apostles except James, the Lord's brother. Verse 20 says, I assure you before God that what I am writing you is no lie. He needed evidence. He said, I went to Jerusalem. I didn't do this hiding privately here with the church. No, I wanted to save Peter and the apostles from the mystery of iniquity because I knew that they were going to teach the doctrines of Jesus of Nazareth. Because they don't know that Jesus of Nazareth was a veil to bring us into a new and living way. But you can't imitate that veil, because if you imitate that veil, you'll wind up on the cross. Or where do you think our Protestant brothers are? Tucked into a cross every Sunday. Living lives of pain, sacrifices, drowned, fearing God, that God doesn't strike them and send them to hell. So then he was there 15 days, and you know what he warned them about? He told them all of the mystery. You know, one of the things he told them when he left, James called Peter over and said, Peter, why were you speaking for so long with Paul? And Peter said, James, look, you know what's going on? It's that since I walked on the water, remember when I walked on water? Well, I am one of the most prominent. Paul is concerned that I teach Jesus of Nazareth. You know what Paul told me? He told me that God was within Jesus of Nazareth. And when he was risen from the dead, he stopped being your brother. When he was risen, he was God over all things. And Mary was not his mother. It's that he became flesh in the womb of Mary. And James said, well, this puts in danger all of our doctrine. This puts in danger all of our doctrine. Because imagine we walked with him and we saw him and we touched him. John says that's what we did. And John, come over. Paul is driving Peter crazy with what he's told him. He says that if we know Christ according to the flesh, we don't know him that way any longer. And he's also saying, listen to this, Peter. Or Peter says to them, he's also saying that the devil was destroyed. And I know that he's out there like a roaring lion looking to whom he shall devour. Oh, and another thing, you know what Paul told him? Paul told him, with one offering, he says, he perfected us forever. And John jumped and said, but what then are we going to do with what I've said? If someone has sinned, we have an advocate with the Father. Sin was removed because Zechariah 3:9 says that my servant in one day will remove sin from the earth.